لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
بسم الله الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. أما بعد, you're all welcome to this second session. First, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make your Hajj Hajj Mabrur. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your du'as for yourselves, your families, your loved ones, and for the Ummah. So I want to say a few things about Hajj in general before going on to the summary of the Hajj rites, followed by some questions and answers. So, my brothers and sisters, through Allah's favor, special favor, everything connected with the Hajj is blessed. The month of Zulhijjah is one of the sacred months, and the 10 days of Zulhijjah are the best days in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves to be worshipped. And the best dua is the dua of the day of Arafah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by Makkah, the first 10 days of Zulhijjah, the day of Arafah, the day of sacrifice. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Safa and Marwa as being among his signs, Sha'air. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions Maqam Ibrahim as being among his signs. So these are just examples. So we should realize all of these, the importance of these, and feel the greatness of Makkah and the Hajj. Our goals, brothers and sisters, should be fixed and clear to avoid arguments, al-jidal fil Hajj, to avoid arguments, and to do the Hajj according to the Sunnah, and to make the Hajj free of bid'ah and mistakes, and getting our du'as accepted, and achieving Hajj Mabrur. This should be our clear goals. And to achieve these goals, we do the following. We keep thanking Allah for his immense favor. The more you thank, the more Allah gives you. And we keep on praying for Allah to help us achieve these goals. And we be patient with difficulties we face and with people, any inconvenience, because we have a higher goal. And we be busy on the remembrance of Allah. So these are some things we do to achieve our goals, because we have high goals to achieve. Once our attention shifts away from the goal, then we busy on petty things, and that will not help us much. So these are just some general points to help us in this important task ahead. So summary of the tasks we discussed last week about the Hajj rites. We want to just repeat. It's nothing new. We want to repeat again in case someone forgot something and something is not clear. We want to repeat it again. So, and then after that, we add question and answers. So, as we said last week, the main reference is the official Hajj book by Talal bin Ahmad Al-Aqil. So read this book repeatedly until you are confident with it. So the same is our reference. And then the Hajj overview, as we said last week, we have the Miqat, which can be from anywhere of the appointed Miqat points. And then from there, coming to Makkah. And then in Makkah, there are some actions. We'll talk about those actions. And then from Makkah, on the 8th day, Tarwiyah, to go to Mina. And to Mina, to stay there for the night. And then you just go straight to Arafah. And Arafah is the main day, is the day of the Hajj. And then after Arafah, to come to Muzdalifah and spend the night. then go to Mina to do the Jamarat, and then from there back to Mecca to do our Tawaf Ifada. Then when we finish, we come back to Mina. So these are the rights. These are the main rights. We'll just go into some details. First, to distinguish between Rukun, Wajib, and Sunnah. We mentioned this last week, so that we will avoid the serious ones. The Rukun is a prerequisite, is a pillar. You leave it, the Hajj is nullified. So you cannot deputize someone for Rukun. The Wajib is one for which you are rewarded for doing it and for which you are held accountable for leaving it. If you leave it, you have to pay fidya by fasting or sadaqah or sacrifice. And the Sunnah, you do it, you're rewarded, but if you leave it, you're not punished. So these are the main points. And then we will come across this throughout the Hajj rites. So the pillars, alhamdulillah, the pillars are few. The pillars are few. The Ihram, and then standing at Arafah, and Tawaf Ifada, and the Sa'i. So these are the main pillars. So these ones, we don't play with them. We don't play with them. And next to that are the requirements. We try again to do these requirements so that we don't have to pay fidya. As much as possible, we avoid paying fidya. I remember once I did Hajj many years ago. I did not come with a group, normal Hajj group. I came with some people from Ministry of Health, and then we did the Hajj. Because I came alone, not with group, so I didn't have reservation, plain reservation like others, a normal Hajj group. So my flight was going to leave on the second day of Tashriq, before even before the midday sun. And as we are going to see, you have to do the stoning after the second day, after the sun has passed the midday. So now I asked a sheikh, can I just leave and go to catch my flight and pay fidya? The sheikh told me you can pay fidya because I'm leaving a requirement. And then he looked at me. He said, complete your Hajj. I can't forget that. Just looked at me and said, complete your Hajj. And once he told me that, my heart was comfortable. I just forgot about the flight, and I completed my Hajj. I did my rami, my stoning after the sun has passed the mid. Then I rushed to the airport, and then I missed that flight, but by Allah's help, they arranged for me another flight, and I was able to be one of the first Hajjis to arrive at where I was staying. So this is just an example on how we try to complete our Hajj and avoid. We cannot say, okay, I can afford it, so I can violate it and pay. No, we try our best to avoid violating these requirements of Hajj. So the requirements of Hajj are wearing the Ihram, staying in Arafah till sunset, and not leaving before, staying in Muzdalifah, and staying in Mina on the nights of preceding Tashriq, stoning the pillars, Rami, shaving or cutting the hair, and the farewell Tawaf. So these are the requirements. So we try, this is what we went there for. We try to make sure we do this and don't have to pay sacrifice. If something is beyond our control, that's why fidya is there. It is beyond our control. But if it's not beyond our control, we try to do it and avoid violating it. So the three types of Hajj, again, many people ask these questions over and over again. It's up to you to select which one you want. Each one has its own circumstance. Some people cannot come for Umrah, so for them, they want Umrah and Hajj. Some come for Umrah a lot, for their situation is different. So for Tamattu, the pilgrim assumes Ihram for Umrah, then he or she completes the Umrah and comes out of the Ihram. No more Ihram, he will go wear his clothes, put on perfume, and go up and down. And then when the time for Hajj comes, he put on his Ihram from Mecca and then goes to Mina. Okay. For Ifrad, he is only coming for Hajj. He's wearing Ihram only for Hajj. And then for Qiran, he is doing Ihram for Hajj and Umrah together, not separating them. He's doing for Hajj and Umrah together, not separating them. So he wears one Ihram with which he does his Umrah and stays in the same Ihram to do the Hajj. So these are the three types of Hajj, depending on your circumstances. So these are some of the more explanation on the three types of Hajj, as we said, but we'll come to these again just now. So we will divide, as we did last week, we'll divide the different days according to the type of Hajj. So at arrival in Mecca, arrival at the Miqat, you have the Miqat. For the Mutamatti, who is doing Tamattu, he will say, Labbaik Allahumma Umrah. He will make his Umrah, his intention for Umrah. When he arrives at Haram, he will make Tawaf for Umrah. Then he will make Sa'i for Umrah, like any other Umrah. Then he will cut his hair short. Then he is free from Ihram. So he is finished till the day of Hajj, the 8th of Zulhijjah. The one who is doing Ifrad, Hajj and Umrah combined, he will, at the Miqat, he will say, Labbaik Allahumma, this is Mufrid, only Hajj. Mufrid, doing only Hajj. When it comes to the Miqat, Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan. He's only coming for Hajj. And then, for him, the Tawaf al-Qudum is Sunnah. He can do Sa'i of the Hajj at the same time or later. And he is still in his Ihram. He doesn't cut his hair. Or she doesn't cut her hair. Then the Qarin, he is combining Hajj and Umrah together. He said, Labbaik Allahumma Hajja wa Umrata. He will do Tawaf of Umrah and Sa'i of Umrah. He is in his Ihram. Then on the 8th of Zulhijjah, the Mutamatti, who had taken out his Ihram for Umrah, now he put on his Ihram again for Hajj. Then he will make his intention, Labbaik Allahumma Ajran, Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan. Then he will go to Mina, which is Sunnah. And at Mina, he will pray Qasr, he will shorten the Zuhr and Asr without joining them. Each Salah at its time without joining. The Mufrid, he's already in Ihram. So he just goes straight to Mina. He doesn't have wearing Ihram again. He's already in his Ihram. Then also, same thing, he will shorten the Salah, Zuhr, Asr, and Isha without joining them. The Qarin, he is joining Hajj and Umrah. So again, he is also in his Ihram already. He will go straight to Mina, and that is Sunnah. Then he will shorten Salah without joining. That is the 8th of Dhul-Hijjah. And then they will, all of them will sleep that night in Mina to prepare for the next day. which is the Hajj. The 9th of Zulhijjah is the day of Arafah. So for the Mutamati and the Mufrin and the Karin, they are in Arafah. They go to Arafah after it has become bright in the morning. Then they pray their Zuhur and Asr early, Taqdeem. They shorten it and join it. And then they stay there, continue dua. They will continue their duas till sunset. After sunset, as soon as sunset, they leave for Muzdalifah. When they arrive in Muzdalifah, then they pray Maghrib and Isha together. As they did Zuhr and Asr together, now they pray Maghrib and Isha together. Jam wa Qasr wa Ta'qir. So you joining Maghrib and Isha. The Isha is shortened from 4 to 2 rakah, and then praying at the end, not at the beginning, at the end. And then after that, after praying Maghrib and Isha joined together, they sleep. And the sunnah is to sleep. It's not to spend the night talking and whatever. It's to, because you've spent the whole day. You were in Arafah, you prayed Zuhr and Asr, you made zikr and dua until sunset, and then you went to Maghrib, to Muzdalifah. You're a bit tired. So in Muzdalifah is to sleep. That's the sunnah. Sleep and get strength for Fajr. And then to pray Fajr at the earliest time. And then there's also dua to make till it becomes bright. And then after that, that's to be now the 10th of Zulhijjah. After sleeping on the 9th, that's next day is the day of Hajj, the day of sacrifice, the 10th of Zulhijjah. So on the 10th of Zulhijjah, the Mutamati, the Mufrid, and the Karin, all of them, when they come to Mina, they go past the first Jamara, they go past the second Jamara, and they go to the big Jamara, and then they throw at the big Jamara. Before that, they take 7 small stones from Muzdalifah. They take 7 small stones and then to throw at the Jamara. Each throw Allahu Akbar, and then Allahu Akbar, and then Allahu Akbar 7 times, 7 stone, and then after that they are finished throwing the big Jamara. Then that part is done. The next thing is to slaughter for the Mutamati and for the Karin, because they are joining Umrah and Hajj. So that favor of doing Umrah and Hajj at the same time in one trip. So to thank Allah for that favor, they are supposed to slaughter Hadi. So both of them slaughter. The Mufrid doesn't have Hadi because he only came for Hajj, not Hajj and Umrah. So he doesn't have Hadi. This slaughtering, you can do it by paying coupon. You can pay at the bank, Bank Islami, or some bank. You can pay and they can do it for you. So they can do it for you. After slaughtering, then to shave or cut the hair. Shaving is better than cutting, but cutting is also allowed. Cutting is also allowed. So after throwing the Jamara, slaughtering, or they have slaughtered for you, and then shaving or cutting the hair, then we say this is the first release of the ihram. It is partial release. Partial release means you can now remove the clothes, the ihram, and wear clothes and put on perfume. So all of that you can do after this first release of the ihram. But if you are in the Hajj with your wife, you cannot approach your wife. And then after that, you finish. Then you come to Haram. You finish with Mina. Then you come to Haram to do the Tawaf Ifada, which is a rukun, as we said before. So all of them have to do Tawaf Ifada. The Mutamatti, the Mufrid, and the Karim. After doing that, now the Sa'i, it depends on your Hajj, the type of Hajj. For the Mutamatti, he has another Sa'i to do, the Sa'i for the Hajj, because his first Sa'i was for Umrah. So the Mutamatti will do the Sa'i for Hajj, the second Sa'i, and that will be the second release of the Ihram. And if he's married, he can approach his wife. Then he will now stay the night in Umrah, stay the night in Mina. For the Mufrid, after doing his Tawaf Ifada, he can do Sa'i if he did not do before. If he had done his Sa'i before, there is no more Sa'i for him. Okay, so he has the choice of doing Sa'i before or Sa'i at that time. Also for him, there's a second release of the Ihram. For the Karin, he is joining Hajj and Umrah together. Then also he has Sa'i for Hajj. He also has Sa'i for Hajj. And then he also has second release for the Ihram. And all of them stay the night in Mina. That is for the tent. So the 10th day, there is a lot of things on the tent. And again, by Allah's mercy, if things are difficult and you change the order, you do this one before this one, there is no problem. If you shave your hair before you slaughter and you mix up the sequence, this is the preferred way. But if you have difficulty, there is no penalty if the order is changed. And then after coming back, then you have now the Ayyam Tashriq. The Ayyam Tashriq, the 11th of Dhul-Hijjah. For all of them, same action. For the Mutamatti, the Mufrid, and the Karim, they wait until Zawal. After Zawal, then they go and throw at all the three Jamarat. Al-Sughra, Al-Wusta, Al-Kubra. Each of them 7. And when they do each one, they say Allahu Akbar, they throw Allahu Akbar. All those small stones, 21 stones, they take from Mina. Small stool like chickpea. And then after the first Jamara, you move aside, face the Qibla, make dua. After the second Jamara, throw 7, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, move aside, make dua. Then you go to the third Jamara, Allahu Akbar, 7. After that, you move on. You don't make dua again, according to the Sunnah, you just move on. And in Mina, there is a route. The route you came in is like one-way traffic. Then you leave by another route, so there is no mix-up. Then after that, you go back to your tent and you stay the night. There is nothing else to do in Mina. That's the time for eating and relaxing and visiting, all of that. You've done the main things. You've done the Arafah, you've done the day of Hajj, you've sacrificed. So the days of 11, 12 are really very relaxing days. They are very relaxing days. And the same thing on the 12th of Dhul-Hijjah, the second day of Tashriq. Again, the Mutamati, the Mufrid, and the Kari, they wait till Zawal and throw the three Jamarat in the same way. There are two categories, the one who stays behind and the one who hastens. So the one who intends to stay on the 12th till the 13th, then he will stay the night in Mina. So we say this is the one who stays behind. Some people have circumstances, they are sick, or they have some circumstances and they have to leave. For them, they can leave after they have thrown the Jamarat. So they also throw the 3 Jamarat after Zawal and leave before sunset. They should leave before sunset. We say these are those who have hastened. And all of them are accepted. All of them are accepted because each one has his circumstances. And then the 13th of Dhul Hijjah, those who stayed behind, they will now do the same thing again. The 3 Jamarat, the same thing after Zawal. They'll throw the 3 Jamarat in the same sequence. After the first Jamarat, go aside, make dua. After the second Jamarat, move aside, make dua. After the third Jamarat, just move on. And then after finishing, to go to the one who hastens, he will now make his tawaf, farewell tawaf, when about to leave Makkah. When he's about to leave Makkah, if he or she stays in Makkah few more days, he just continue normal ibadah, and when he's about to leave Makkah, he makes his farewell tawaf. The one who stays behind, his farewell tawaf when he's about to leave Makkah, and that ends his Hajj rites. Okay. So these are what we described last week. We just repeated it again today, and then again some details about the miqat. We have 5 appointed miqats, each one based on his distance where he's coming from. For Eastern Province here, Kar Manazil is our miqat, or it's called Sail Kabir, 75 kilometers from Makkah. So those going by road have to come to this miqat, and those going by air, they will pass the miqat, and they will announce that you are now crossing the miqat. Okay, and then we have others. And then we've explained these types of Hajj. The intention for Hajj, you have to pronounce it. For other ibadah, you don't pronounce. So when you're doing only Umrah, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik Umrah. If you're doing only Hajj, Ifrad, Allahumma Labbaik Hajjan. If you're doing Umrah and Hajj together, La Allahumma Labbaik Umratan wa Hajjan. If you're doing Umrah and Hajj separately, Allahumma Labbaik Umratan Mutamatti'an biha ila al-Hajj. Or, as Sheikh bin Baz said, if you're going to stay long in Makkah, you do your Umrahs first, Allahumma Labbaik Umratan. Then later on, when you want to do your Hajj, Allahumma Labbaik Hajjan. So all are accepted. And then the Talbiyah, after wearing your Ihram, you say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika laka. That's the Talbiyah. Here am I, O Allah. You're preparing yourself now. You are now in worship. So you make this. Here am I, O Allah. Here am I. Here am I. You have no partner. Here am I. Verily, all praise and blessings are yours, and all sovereignty. You have no partner. That's what you say a lot, and loudly. And the man says it loudly, the woman says it softly. Okay, and a lot of benefit for the tarbiyah. You're testifying tawheed, despite testifying tawheed. And if whatever hears you saying labbaik will be a testimony, be a witness for you. And then we've explained about the Dhul Hijjah. So on the day you assume your ihram and then leave. For those in Tarwiyah in Tamattu, and for those in Kehran, they are already in Ihram, as we said before. And then that's your day of Arafah, is the most blessed day. And so that day is just for du'as, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ready to free That's the day Allah frees the most people from the Jahannam. So that's the time to make a lot of du'as in Arafah. And that's your 9th of Zulhijjah. There are some make mistake of moving around in Arafah. They move around here and there until some go out of Arafah. It has happened. It has happened. They move around here and there until they go out of Arafah. So for them, their Hajj has, they have qualified their Hajj. So best thing, if you're, because there are tents, when you're in your tent, just stay in your tent and pray Jama'ah, pray Salah with Jama'ah, and do your worship and not move around, until you make mistakes. And so same thing, they are warning about those who go outside Arafah or leave in Arafah before sunset, or pushing and crowd and over pushing people. Don't, because when you move around, it's so full, there are millions, you end up pushing this and pushing that. All of that will reduce your reward. To go to the Mount Arafah is not compulsory. It's not one of the rights. It's not, so even if you don't go to Mount Arafah, there is nothing affecting your Hajj. But if your tent is near Arafah, it's something else, you can go there. But otherwise, no need to move around, pushing people, trying to climb the Mount Arafah, and so on. So it's an extra. And then in Muzdalifah, as we said, Muzdalifah is the time to spend the night and pray Fajr. And after Fajr, to make du'as. There is what they call Mashhar al-Haram. It's a small hill in Muzdalifah. There you can stand there and make dua again till it becomes very bright. And then you move on. You pick on your 7 stones from there, small stone, and the rest you can pick up from Mina. And then on the 9th of Zulhijjah, you only do the Jamatul Aqaba, the large one, the Kubra, the one that is close to Makkah. You leave the first one, leave the second one, and go to the big one, and then you throw at the big one. And then you slaughter and shave your hair or cut your hair. This is the preferred order. This is the preferred order: stone, slaughter, and cut your hair. But if they are done in any order, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. And the 10th of Zulhijjah, as we said, to go straight to the big one and then slaughtering. And then when they stone, they use big stones to stone the Jama'ah. It's not the sunnah is to use small, okay, and you don't throw all the 7 one time. It's one table at a time and saying Allahu Akbar until you finish the 7. And then we'll explain to go through all the pillars one at a time. Okay, you do the first one, make dua, then you do the second one, make dua, to the third one, and move on. And the Tawaf Ifada is a rukun, it's a pillar. So after the Eid morning, you have to go to do this Tawaf, which is a pillar of the Hajj. Once you've done the Tawaf Ifada, you are free. Your second Ihram, you are now free now. You've completed the rites. And then, as I said, Ayyam Tashriq is time to visit, to eat, talk. It's a time to relax. The time to relax. So if you have people to visit, keep the visit for these days, not during the days before that. So and that is it. And then after, when you finish in Makkah, before you leave, you do the farewell tawaf. Say, let no one of you leave until his last rite is at the house. So this last rite is a requirement of the Hajj. Make sure you do it before leaving. So no one is excused from this farewell tawaf except the menstruating woman and the postpartum. Those who are menstruating, they are exempted. They can leave. There is no penalty on them. But all others have to do this tawaf with. There are some questions and answers that compiled in the book of the Hajj, book of Hajj. We just summarize them here. Some of these are they occur frequently, these questions. So what are these questions? Is Jeddah a miqat? Jeddah is only miqat for its residents. It's within the miqat. And for its residents and those who entered it without intention for Hajj or Umrah, but later decides to perform. So for them to leave from there, for them they can move from miqat, from Jeddah. Otherwise, that's not in your miqat. Each one, the miqat that's on his way, that's the miqat, that is his miqat or her miqat. Can you change the intention for Hajj and do for someone else? Once you've made intention for Hajj at the miqat for yourself, you complete it. You do not change it again. You do not change it again. Can you pay for someone to do Hajj for your relatives who passed away? Yes, it's allowed. You can do for them or pay someone to do for them. If you want to do Hajj for a father who passed away, you have to do your own Hajj first. Then you do Hajj for them. Or if you want, you do your Hajj and pay someone to do Hajj for them. Can you do Hajj for a father who is sick, who is alive, but very weak to perform Hajj? Yes, it's allowed. The father is alive, but very weak to perform Hajj. You can do Hajj for them after you've done your own Hajj. A father passed away without doing Hajj and without leaving a will for someone to do Hajj for him. Can the son do Hajj for him? Yes, it's allowed to do Hajj. A woman has a child and asks someone to stone the Jamara for her. This is not a rukun, so yes, it's allowed. You can ask someone to deputize. So that person has to do his own stoning and then stone for the one who he's doing for. You don't stone one stoning for two people. You stone your own, then you can stone for the other one. Can the Qarin or Mufrid do Sa'i of Hajj before Tawaf Ifada? Yes, it's allowed. He or she can do the Sa'i with Tawaf Qudum or with Tawaf Ifada. After doing Umrah, you want to do another Umrah for your parent that passed away. Can you go to Tan'im to do Ihram from there? Yes, as it is outside the border of Haram. No need to go to your original miqat. You just go to the Tan'im and then you wear your Ihram and do your Umrah for him or her. Should you announce your intention for Hajj or Umrah at the miqat? Yes, we said it before. Announcing the intention should be done for Hajj and Umrah, but not for other ibadah like Salah or fasting. You don't say, oh Allah, I'm making intention to fast tomorrow. You just put in your heart and fast. Oh Allah, I'm making intention to fast to pray Maghrib. No. You put in your heart and then you pray. You make intention in your heart. But for Hajj and Umrah, you have to say it. Should a resident of Jeddah perform Tawaf Ifada? Yes, that's the last rite. Only the menstruating women are exempted from Tawaf al-Wada. If someone is doing Tawaf and in the 5th round or 4th round, and stops to pray for Salah. Sorry, there are some spelling mistakes. And stops to pray for Salah. Does he go back to the beginning or continues from where he stopped? He or she continues from where he stopped. if he or she completes the 5th round and continue with his or her tawaf. In other words, your tawaf you've done before the salah is valid. Then after your salah, you continue from where you stopped. How do you do your ihram if you're traveling by air? At home, you do your bathing, you bath at home, remove the hair, you wear your ihram. You can even wear the ihram at the airport if you like. At the air, when you're flying by the plane, you pronounce your talbiyah when the plane reaches the miqat. When the plane reaches the miqat on the air, while it's in the air. So when the plane reaches the miqat, usually they will announce, then you can say labbaik Allahumma hajj or labbaik Allahumma umrah, whichever your hajj, and then you say your talbiyah, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak labbaik, and then so you continue. How do you do your ihram? I think I've said this one already. I think these are few questions from the Hajj and Umrah guide. Please feel free if you have any questions, and Allah knows best. If you have any question, we can take your questions now. That's all for now. Do you have any questions? Anything not clear? One question: can we wear ihram on Mina on the 8th? It's depending on your type of Hajj. If you are doing Kiran or you are Mufrid, already you are in ihram. Okay, so if you are Mutamati, yes, you can wear your ihram if you're already in Mina, or if you're in Makkah, you wear your ihram and then go to Mina. If you're already in Mina, you wear your ihram there. Yes, we will send this presentation. I will edit and send it for you. For Hajj Kiran, we will perform Tawaf Umrah and Sa'i Umrah. Do we need to make Tawaf Qudum after that? We said it before, the Tawaf Qudum is Sunnah for the Kiran. We said it here. We said here for the Mufrid, I think you can see my screen. For the Mufrid, you said Kiran. For the Mufrid, when you come to the Haram, Tawaf Qudum is Sunnah for him. Is Sunnah for him, okay? And then you can do the Sa'i al-Hajj, the Sa'i for Hajj as well. Okay, let's go back to your other questions. I'm coming from Medina on the 2nd and do Umrah and go to Jeddah. Let's see the other question. Sorry. Okay. We'll be performing Hajj in group. So what type will we be selecting? This is a personal decision. You are the one that will decide your Hajj. They are just doing the logistics to take you from here to there and provide tent for you. Which Hajj you're going to do, that's for you. You have to decide your own Hajj. Do we need to make Tawaf Ifada on the 10th, or we can do it on the 11th of Zulhijjah as well? The preferred one is to do it on the 10th. The preferred one is to do it on the 10th. But if you have circumstances, there are some fatwas about that. Which Hajj you will perform Tamattu? Which one? Again, same question. You are the one who will decide on your own Hajj. It's very flexible, depending each one on his situation. If you are late in performing Tawaf Ifada and Sa'i Hajj. Till what time should we reach back in Mina? And what if we are late? Some scholars have addressed these issues. That when you logistically you cannot, so it's whenever you finish it in the next day. So some scholars have addressed this. Inshallah, when I'm sending the revised one, I'll send you some of the statements of the scholars about this. I'll copy this question. Right, let's continue. For the last tawaf, do you need sa'i also? No. The tawaf wida, you don't need sa'i for the tawaf wida. It's just tawaf. And are we coming from Kobat by air? I think there are different arrangements. I think some based on their budget, some come by air, and I think some come by road. But this one you can ask the admin, they will answer to you. Or will we leave Kobat on the 7th? Again, you ask the admin. I think you have a group on admin issues, so they will answer these questions. I'm coming to Medina on the 2nd of Dhul Hijjah and do Umrah, then go to Jeddah, and on the 7th, I'll join the group coming from on the 2nd and do the Umrah, then go to Jeddah, then I'll join the group in Jeddah. I will check on this, okay, and just write down. Type. I will check on that question. When will Mali logistics be shared? I don't know. I'll speak to Dr. Ibrahim and tell him to share the logistics with you. When will we have time to remove ihram and do again on the 8th? If the time is short, then really removing ihram becomes a little bit difficult. So that's why you have to check the time and then decide on which of the Hajj is best for you. So different people have different circumstances. Some as like this one living from Medina, some living from Jeddah, some it depends. So you check your schedule and check their logistics, and then you will see which one suits you the best. Okay, but if you're going to be, for example, in Mecca 1 week, then it makes sense to do tamattu. Or you can do Kiran if you like. But all of that are, if you're going to be for long, then tamattu it's a good option, because you can do your ihram and then take out your ihram. Okay, but again, each one decides on his own. All three are accepted. So you will see your circumstances and decide. If you're going to go to Makkah the last minute, then you have either Kiran or Mufrid, Ifrad. But again, there is no prescription. Each one decide your own based on your circumstances. So that's what we say for those who ask about removing ihram again. So check the schedule, check your arrival time, and look at your circumstances and decide. Myself and my wife are coming from Riyadh to Jeddah on the 6th and join the group on the 7th. Do I need to wear ihram while coming to Jeddah or wear the ihram? Again, it depends on your intention. Depends on your intention. So because now you're coming from Riyadh, your miqat is Manazil. That's your miqat. So once you're going to, and you're coming with intention for Hajj, then once you're coming, then you have to wear your ihram at the miqat, and then you make your intention which one you're going to do. Okay, you cannot come from, you want to do Hajj, you cannot come from Riyadh to Jeddah in normal clothes, and then on the 7th you put on your ihram. You've passed the miqat. So put on your miqat, put on your ihram, and then come to Jeddah when already in ihram. I will do Hajj Tamattu. Yes, that is actually the best Hajj. The best Hajj, especially for those who have some time, is Tamattu. I'm coming from Dammam airport, so I have to wear my ihram at the airport, or I have to wear ihram at Makkah. No, at the airport or at home. That's where you air, because you're flying. As we said, you have to wear your ihram at home or at the airport, so that by the time the plane is going across the miqat, you're already in the ihram. They just have to say labbaik Allahumma hajj or labbaik Allahumma umrah, and then you continue. Okay, you cannot go to the plane with normal clothes, unless there are some people who wear the ihram inside the plane, but it's more difficult because, as we all know, the plane toilet is very small. So you wear your ihram at home or wear your ihram at the airport before you fly, before you enter the plane. That's easier than trying to wear your ihram inside the toilet. Reservation for ladies who get menstruation. It's not clear about reservation for them. For those ladies who have their menstruation, or the tawaf is the what they cannot do tawaf. They cannot do tawaf, but they can do everything else except tawaf. We are coming by air. Should we wear ihram at the airport? Yes, wear your ihram at the airport or at home. At home or at the airport. But your intention, you say it when the plane is flying over, has reached the miqat. I think these are the questions. If you have more questions, you can send a message.
Thank you, Dr. Sulaiman, for your presentation and all comment you told us. Thank you. Inshallah, we will see you again in next session, inshallah, next week, inshallah. Thank you for all. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Sulaiman.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا